Other interesting political news, you have Trump raising about $35 million within hours of the guilty verdict, with 29.7% of the donations being from first-time donors, which is astronomical to say the least. Some of these fun statistics are brought to us thanks to Axios, and specifically is from a writer by the name of Jacob Knudsen. Knudsen, apologies if I'm butchering that. As we know, my pronunciation is not always articulate. Now, in terms of the actual statistics, they note that former president's campaign said Friday it had raised 34.8 million windfall after he was convicted of 34 felonies in New York for the hush money trial and misclassifying a business expense, which again is a misdemeanor for anyone. But again, he's running for president, so you're going to go after him. They note that it claimed 29.7% of the contributors were brand new donors to the WinRed platform, which again, that is the big platform, aggregate platform that you use to donate pretty much to every Republican politician or aspiring politician. And I'm not too surprised. Half the comments when you were looking at some of these most viral videos and people who were doing live streams when Trump was actually convicted, and I've never tried a live stream, but let me know if you think that'd be something of interest or if you want me to try that out. But almost like half the live stream are people saying, I'm making my first ever political donation because of this verdict. Now, granted, it wasn't too much, but I also did myself. And I think a lot of people are, especially people in the middle, starting to see this political persecution. And I wouldn't be surprised if Trump raises more campaign funds in the first couple of days of this verdict than any other candidate in history. Again, just shy of $35 million in a day. That's unprecedented. Word pun moderately intended. Now, WinRed said also, quote, President Trump and our campaign are immensely grateful for those outpouring of support from patriots across the country. President Trump is saving to fight our nation, and November 5th is the day American will deliver the real verdict. And they also know that Google searches for a Donald Trump donation and Trump donation site and other related searches exploded as well. I mean, it's doing so great. The service crashed, which is a good and bad problem. It kind of drives home the point of how viral this is and how many people are being inspired to donate, which one of the most difficult sales in life is, I mean, it's very much easier to sell a widget like, a Tumblr or a physical product or some services. I mean, campaign donations, you really have to be effective, which is why Trump and Obama historically I think were so effective at marketing. They inspired people to donate like never before. And again, there was such an overwhelming demand of people trying to donate to Trump. They went offline for a little bit. It just crashed with so much demand. And of course, they immediately replaced his picture with this newer graphic where it says political prisoner. Because again, a lot of these charges would never happen unless he's running for office. I mean, these charges are not new. They happen to people all the time. And yet, usually it's just a simple plea down. Again, it's a misdemeanor. So traditionally, you would just plea that down to basically nothing. Now, I don't think it's a coincidence that, again, this judge proclaimed he was running for office saying he's going to go after Trump. His daughter gets money from the DNC. I mean, I think a lot of people are starting, especially people in the middle, a lot of libertarian friends that I know are starting to lean a little bit more right just because they're concerned about the implications. So, unprecedented amount of donations. And, I mean, we thought that mugshot changed the world. I mean, earlier, last weekend that happened, I mean, it almost reminded me of one of the most prolific quotes of all time, which was Roosevelt or Churchill. Oh, my memory leaves me at the moment. A little on-screen or camera brain fart, but nevertheless, remember after Pearl Harbor, he said this is a day that will be remembered, a day in infamy. Which, if you look at like kind of the top 10 moments in U.S. history that really defined the country, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility this is going to be in the top 10. In terms of, I mean, obviously you have many great highlights of the country, but in terms of top 10 detrimental moments, this has never happened to a political figure. He's the first one. And yet you have other political figures who they have committed crimes. They've never been brought to court. Obama never got taken to court for killing an American without a due process overseas, for taking a drone strike on the dad and his son. That's never prosecuted. Biden had quite literally, Biden, I mean, they all misclassified these documents. This one was stark contrast to justice that I think is awakening a lot of folks, is the classified documents. Pretty much all these politicians are storing them improperly, which, again, just buy a safe or something. It's not that hard. And yet, Trump is the only one that's being charged with it. I mean, Obama had classified documents that he just kind of left around. He also had Mike Pence, same thing. I think a lot of people would probably think he's referring to him as a Democrat, but nevertheless, even though he's technically Republican. But Then you have Biden, again, had misclassified documents. Improperly stored classified documents. And yet his DOJ said, oh yeah, we're not going to prosecute you because we've deemed that you are not mentally fit to stand trial. Which, again, so he's mentally fit to lead the country and yet not stand trial. Does that sound like an equal application of justice? I mean, if you hate Trump, it doesn't seem like the law is being equally applied. So I think, I mean, he raised $34 million, sorry, really just shy of $35 million. It's going to go up more and more. A lot of businesses, I speculate a lot of businesses are going to decrease the amount of activity that they have in places like New York because of this. And definitely not good for them long term. And out of curiosity, again, a lot of the comments on social media are people saying this is my first ever political donation. I mean, have you heard about that through your friends at Grapevine? Have you yourself made your first political donation? Let me know in the comments. As always, I'd be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leave me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.